Hey, it's Don Copeland here, and today we're going to do something that will make a screen printer's head explode, right? We're going to take some technology that they've developed years ago. We're going to mix it with some digital technology, and we're going to do some things that would just cause them to have complete screen meltdown. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some examples of artwork where we've gone in and removed let's say a color. In this case, we're going to use black. It's an easy one to do, but you can do this with any type of color to represent the shirt. So any of the places in the design where there's would have been black ink, well, guess what? We're just going to see a shirt. What that's going to do is going to save us costs on ink, and it's going to save us give us a softer hand, a softer feel. Another thing we're going to do in this is we're going to play around with variable size. So that's a screen printer's nightmare. Is somebody comes in with an order and they say, oh, by the way, we need 24 children's shirts as well. That made to the customer mean, oh, just, we need different shirts. Well, for the screen printer, that's a whole different set of screens they've got to set up. So if you've got a 6-color job, now you went from a 6-color job to 2 6-color jobs, 12 screens to burn instead of 6, 12 screens to reclaim afterwards, clean up, everything. It doubles the number of screens. And you might have 300 shirts you're printing in adult sizes and 15 or 20 that you're printing for children's sizes. Actually, in these examples, what we've done is we've done 3 different sizes. I've got a theory I call the 8-10-12 syndrome. Basically what you're doing is you're taking the smallest shirts, you're going to get a quote-unquote 8-inch logo, medium-sized shirt, get a 10-inch, the largest sizes will get a 12. The whole concept is just fitting the design as best as possible to the size of the shirt, so the little kid doesn't look like he's a walking billboard, right? And Uncle Bubba doesn't look like he's got a postage stamp on his chest, right? You have one size, a graphic fits all. Doesn't work in the screen printing world, and especially in today's marketplace where digital is a big issue. So a lot of these designs are going to print anywhere from 11 or 12 inches for the largest, down to anywhere from 5 to 6 inches for the smallest, and with a mid-size in there in the 7 to 9 inch range, just to give you an example of that. All of these have had the black removed, so you'll have the shirt showing through in those areas where there should have been black ink. And all but one of them, I believe, has got half toning. What that half toning is going to do is going to be some much softer transition into the shirt without having to play a lot with white underbasing, which is great if you want to sit in and design your own white underbase. But in today's marketplace, almost everybody is letting the RIP design do their underbase for them. And it just doesn't understand how to do really, really, really light white here at the end of the areas that are more translucent, and solid whites underneath of the rest of the design. So by doing some half toning, we're able to do that and soften up that design even more, which is, one of the complaints sometimes people make about any type of transfer, right? Is it tends to be stiffer than you might get with a screen print or whatnot. Well, this helps to handle that very well. The exact same way a screen printer would do if you had a really big design that was going to feel like a piece of Kevlar on your back. They're going to play around with half tones to give you a little bit softer print. So let's show you what we're doing real here. All right, we got these printed, we got them trimmed out. We're going to do a couple of them. I like the cat the best. This cat reminds me of the 60s. So I thought we'd go ahead and try and put this cat on a shirt. This is a lot of coverage. This is a really big transfer, and we're certainly going to get a cool looking coverage here, but it's going to be a really, really soft shirt because we would have knocked all this area out where the black was. So I'm going to go ahead and put this underneath. Give it our 10-second press. Pull it out, do a hot peel. And then what we're going to do is grab our sheet that we forgot to grab from over here. Throw this on top of it. Back underneath for a 5-second finish. Right there. So you can see, cool looking design. It looks very much so like the cat. All the inner areas are supposed to be black, but it's wide open. It's gonna be a super soft shirt, super soft print, and we also saved ourselves on ink costs as well. I'm just gonna flip the shirt over. I'm gonna do another one here. And we'll be doing some pictures and videos of some of the other transfers on some different size shirts as well. We just use the adult size transfers on these. I don't know, which one do you think? How about this? Since this shirt will never be worn, we're gonna put both transfers on. Just kind of get a feel for the cool looking car as well as this Cosmic girl in, I guess that's some kind of space glasses or something like that. Again, 10 seconds. By the way, I was just reminded, those are virtual reality glasses, by the way, just in case you were wondering. All right, and you may not be able to see it real well, but in here, we did some half toning out into here and on these edges, so these aren't such solid coverages. So again, it's going to soften up the edges, soften up that finish overall. The car came out really looking cool. Hit it with this for an additional 5 seconds. Voila. There we go. Now remember what we've gone over here, some things we've done. Look at this, the colors, the number of colors we have here. Very difficult to screen print. I'm not saying that really good screen printers couldn't pull off something similar. However, remember we also did variable sizes. We did 3 of each of these designs in different sizes. We got a lot of bright colors. We got some amazing gradients and these that would be almost impossible for a typical screen printer. Certainly virtually impossible for a typical screen printer. Really high-end screen printers may come close on this, but it's just a lot of work for smaller runs. And this is going to allow you to do what might be considered a small run of a few hundred of a design like this compared to having to try to set this up to screen print. Because as fast as these would print on a 4-head machine, something like this, you may knock out all of those shirts in 1 hour of printing. So another big advantage of DTF, variable size. We're going to be able to do incredible tonal changes and gradients like this. With a little bit of creativity in our artwork, we can soften up the artwork by removing the colors, the background color of the shirt. We can remove and take and do a half tone to give us softer edges as well. Just plus, plus, plus for DTF. It's a great tool. It may not be the only tool you need in your shop. It certainly is going to change that line where we do when do I screen print, when do I use digital, because it's so neat, it's so washable, it's got such a nice hand feel, and the colors are amazing. DTF over screen printing.